Ooh. This is eerie. Okay, so this is the first time I've seen a fog roll in this game. I literally just loaded in. This is, this is extremely dense. Holy crap. So we're probably going to be here for a hot minute because I can't see anything in that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your captain, guide, and friend, Dalton Rollinger. Welcome back to Sail the Seas. I typically don't like recording on weekends because I prefer this to kind of be my off time, but we just had a massive snowstorm come in down here in Oklahoma, and it is like, it apparently feels like -15 outside, so I'm not going to be doing anything outside today. So I figure, you know what, I might as well just start recording, start getting ahead for the week. But anyway, I don't recall if we loaded up the cargo on this ship already, or if it's just empty right now, with the exception of our supplies and whatnot. Cargo contracts. Okay, yeah, so I do have something. It's going to Gdansk. Gdansk is right down where we were. It's in Poland. And then we just need to go to Riga afterwards, and then we can kind of start making our way towards Lebec, Oslo, Bergen. And then we can kind of start playing games at like which ports we want to go to over here. We don't need to worry about London. We've already been to London. We start off in London. But what I'm looking at right now is going from here up to here, over to here, boinking up to here, coming maybe around over to here, then kind of coming over here. We can hit up Edinburgh, we can hit up Dublin, then go down to Bristol, and then Le Havre, the Havre. French names, I don't know. This place, and then just kind of ping-ponging our way through the Mediterranean. So, yeah, we're just going to be heading straight south, although I should probably wait until the fog passes, so let's just kind of speed up time. Alright, so how's it looking now? It's really still not great, is it? Hmm. It'd be very foolish to set sail, so maybe I'll just join you guys back whenever the fog finally lifts. I've also decided I'm going to take a little look-see at the trading mechanism in the game. I'm going to buy some fish and see wherever I can sell it. So I'm buying it for 60 here. If we can get 70, I'd be happy, but anything higher would obviously be great. Alright, looks like the fog is finally lifting, which works for me. And finally be on our way. Okay, so we are pointing in the northeasterly direction, so I need to be sailing. I pretty much need to be going like straight south, which is that way. Although, no, I want to be going out that way and then sailing south. Okay. Because I remember that lighthouse over there. Wind is blowing that way. I think we can probably just kind of rely on the stay sails for now. That means the wind is going to be blowing to the north from the south. That's annoying, but whatever. Every sailor has dealt with that before, so this game is no different in that regard. Let these out all the way. Maybe the jib would help out a bit here. Not the jib, the gaff sail. Maybe, just maybe. No. Let's not worry about that then. What we can do instead, grab the mooring line. Because I've got the helm like hard over, so there's nothing more I can really do in terms of steering. But what I can do, let's jump on board again. Yeah. Yeah. On reeling it in. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, problem solved. Let us be on our way. Okay, do I want to use the... There's no point in using the topsail. No point at all whatsoever. I guess I could use the mainsail. Spring it in a bit. There we go. Alrighty. Off we go. So I've also come up with a rule that'll make this game a bit more interesting, I think, for viewing purposes. Whenever it's daytime like this and I'm wide awake, I will not be allowed to just kind of skip through the day. People might not like this in the future. I don't know. We'll just kind of see it. But I'm just trying to make this game a bit more interesting than just, you know, speeding up time all the time. So unless the video starts getting on to be, you know, like over 2 hours long, I'm not going to start relying on the time progression mechanic of the game. We're all here for sailing. not watching land just fly on by us. So yeah. Um, so the channel is also now over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you everybody so much for taking an interest in my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. It's absolutely amazing that we're here. I think I'm up to 1,020 subscribers now, maybe even over that. I can't see the exact number anymore because once you get to 1,000 subscribers, it just says, you know, it just shows like 1.02 or 3 or whatever number. It doesn't show the exact number anymore, but nonetheless, thank you everybody so much for taking an interest in my channel. I've got a lot of plans for the channel in the upcoming year. Namely, the one I'm looking forward to the most is probably going to be Sky Oblivion. Oblivion is a game I grew up with. I put untold amounts of hours into the game whenever I had it on the Xbox 360. And I'm thinking about doing a final playthrough of the original Oblivion because Bethesda can't release Skyrim anymore, so they're going to go back to re-releasing Oblivion now. But before that happens, I want to go back and I want to do like one final playthrough of the original Oblivion. And I have a very interesting challenge in mind. I think a lot of people will agree with this, where I'm not going to be allowed to kill anybody. It's going to be like more of a stealth playthrough, and I haven't done a stealth playthrough in forever. But if I want to go into a dungeon, for example, I'm not going to be allowed to kill anybody. I can use the traps that are available in the dungeon to kind of get rid of people if I need to, but I want to try and go through a dungeon the way that, let's see, what was his name? There used to be a YouTuber named, I think it was Gix13 or something like that. He was kind of a big role player back in the day. He's kind of the person that introduced role playing to me, aside from let's see, in terms of role-playing, it went from Gix to Nagadal to Sorcerer Dave. And Sorcerer Dave is the one that I watch the most, but unfortunately I think his channel is basically dead now. He rarely uploads anymore. And Nagadal, he quit, and Gix13, I believe, has sadly passed away. If I recall correctly, I think he was fighting cancer, and he ended up losing the fight, unfortunately. So, rest in peace to him. But I remember watching his Oblivion playthrough. He mentioned that he went through an entire dungeon one time. He looted all of the bandits. He pickpocketed all of the bandits and looted the entire dungeon without having to kill a single person in it. And I want to try doing something like that with Oblivion, because I've never done a playthrough like that before. I pretty much always play as mage characters, magic characters, and that's probably what I'm going to do with Sky Oblivion and the Oblivion remake whenever it finally releases, because I probably will get the Oblivion remake, even though Bethesda's, they have a reputation now that I think is, they have like one more shot with the Elder Scrolls 6, but I think once that's done, I think people are going to be done with them. But I will get the Oblivion remake just to see what all they've done with it. And that'll probably be a blind reaction, or well, not blind, because Oblivion is a game I know very well, but it'll be kind of a blind thing that we just go into, because I'm not going to look up anything about it. I'm not going to, you know, spoil myself with any changes that they might have made. I wouldn't mind trying to do another modded playthrough of Oblivion, but I don't know. Setting up mods for Oblivion especially is just kind of, it's a tricky business, ultimately. Because Oblivion, it wasn't really made with that in mind. As opposed to Skyrim, where like Skyrim is like the easiest game ever to mod. Yeah, you know, we've actually made a pretty good amount of progress here. We're already almost up to this. I can only assume this is a lighthouse. Or maybe it's some kind of, like, famous ruin that I just don't know anything about. I mean, Europe is... basically, like, all of the old world is... it's so full of history that... it's just kind of hard to know, like, what took place in every single year, you know? Like, Sweden, like, the Scandinavian area of the world is a place that I know virtually nothing about. Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. I don't think Finland is part of Scandinavia. Maybe it is, but I don't think so. But yeah, that's just a part of the world I know virtually nothing about. I know Sweden and Russia went to war at one point. I think they still have a very shaky relationship at best. Vikings obviously came from up here. But beyond that, I know virtually nothing. There was also like the Nazis invaded Norway in World War II. I believe there's like the one time that the Germans actually used paratroopers, and then Hitler decided that it was too costly or something. And I know YouTube has a habit of like censoring that name, but I don't know why. Like you're trying to erase history just to make people feel better, which that's never a good thing. History needs to be retold time and time again. As the saying goes, if you don't learn history, you're doomed to repeat it. Which is why I kind of have a bigger fascination with history now than I ever did in the past. It also doesn't help that I'm one of those people, like, whenever I want to learn something, I will sit down and I will learn about it. Like, if you bring something that's of interest to me, I will sit down and learn about it. I will read about it. I will watch videos covering it. I will do my research into it. But whenever I'm just forced to sit down and I have a book just shoved in my face, like, here you go, read this. There's going to be a test about it at the end of the week. Yeah, nah, I don't do well with that. And unfortunately, that's America's education system, basically in a nutshell right there. And I'm getting to a point now where I'm going to have like too many games to cover now, unfortunately. See, I've got Sail the Seas, Sailwind. I need to start getting back into Beast of Bermuda because I had some fun with that game. I don't know how long it's going to be on the channel. I might do like a single life of every creature that's in the game, and then maybe just call it good from there. But I've also got Oblivion, soon to be Skyblivion, soon to be the Oblivion remake. It's a good problem to have for a content creator, don't get me wrong. You know, it's great. Unfortunately, I still have a full-time job that I have to squeeze, like, 8 hours of my day into, and then come home, then try and find some time to record, then kind of mingle with the family somewhere in between all that, as well as my other hobbies. The only issue with the content creation is that it's not difficult, it's just time-consuming, really, is kind of what it boils down to. I can play for like 10 hours, but I can edit the video down to where you guys only see like, 30 minutes of it. But I ultimately do very, very little editing in my videos. I just kind of edit out like the boring parts where nothing of interest is really happening. I'm sitting behind the helm right now because I don't want the ship to veer off course. So the wind is blowing like more that way-ish. I might be able to just kind of rely on the Oh yeah, we should be fine. We'll probably have to cut into the wind to turn that way, but once we start heading like straight south, we shouldn't have much of a problem beyond that. I also restocked on supplies, so don't worry. We are fine in terms of supplies. And speaking of that, how much supplies do I actually have now? I have... Yeah, we've got enough to probably last us for the rest of the game, honestly. Um, but I have noticed that a lot of the develop... A lot of the developers, I think it's made by one guy, but I have noticed that he has commented on some of my videos, which is absolutely amazing. Dude, I will help you as much as I can. I'm going to do my best to get this game out there. And if you, as long as you keep the updates coming along, the more I'll cover it. Just keep adding more content to the game that I can cover, and you'll pretty much have a solid YouTuber covering it all the time. Maybe I should also kind of start looking into doing Twitch streams. I don't know. I just don't have enough time in the day, unfortunately. That's kind of ultimately what it boils down to, is just time. Oh, whoa. Can I close you? Thank you. I'm gonna turn a bit further out to here. Try and catch a bit more wind, build up a bit more speed, then try and turn into the wind once we get out past this bank here. Maybe in the fullness of time, we'll actually be able to buy a new ship. And honestly, maybe once I finish doing the world tour, I probably will have more than enough money to just buy a different ship. But maybe I'll be able to get my hands on one of those really big ones. Although, which would be better? Just keeping a ship about this size, or getting a really, really big one? Because I have seen... I've seen some ships that are maybe just a little bit bigger than this one, but they have more mass, which means they have more sails, which means they can go a bit faster. I'm thinking more just kind of keeping it nice and simple. So I don't know if I'd really want to have one of those giant ships, because here's the thing, whenever like more updates start coming out, every time that there's an update, I'll probably just start a new game, depending on how big the update actually is. If it's just a small minor update, probably not, but if it's an update that actually brings all kinds of new shops, features, mechanics to the game, I'll probably just start a new game. That way I don't have to worry about the old save files kind of conflicting with it. How did we take on so much water? But yeah, so far this is the only real issue I have with this game, is just the ship refuses to stay on course. That's the only problem that I have. I know that's an issue that real ships have, But in terms of gameplay, it's kind of annoying. Is there any good screenshot potential here? Eh, maybe. Try that. Try that. I want to get a good picture of that lighthouse in the background. Or that fortress, whatever the heck you want to call it. That might be good enough. Alright, so we're not quite far enough away from that bank yet for me to actually worry about making the turn. Oh, whoa. I think we ran into a bit of a glitch there or something. Alright, let's turn a bit further out. We'll build up some speed. Or I guess we could just kind of turn with the wind. We'd have to get further out to sea, but we could just turn with the wind and kind of cut through about here-ish. Decisions. See, the wind is blowing more... Oh, no. Actually, I don't think it's blowing quite directly from the south, but it's more blowing from... no, it is kind of just blowing directly from the south, isn't it? Gah. Let's see here, so... we're about here-ish. Yeah, our destination is literally just straight south. So we'll either have to just kind of zigzag through the wind going down, or maybe we can just wait for the wind to change direction. It doesn't look like it's blowing straight south, though, does it? Or blowing from the straight south. You know what, let's just try and turn directly into the wind. Let's bring you in. This way, that'll help you catch some extra wind. Let's bring you in as well. Okay, here we go. I think we're catching wind now. Now, here we go. Awesome. Ooh, that's a bit much. It's a bit much. There we go. Amazing. Stay sails still aren't the way I would prefer them to be. A bit more like that. I think you could probably do with being released out a little bit as well, but that should be more or less where I want the ship to be. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to be sailing a bit further to the southwest than I'd really care for, but at least we're making progress. That's all I really care about at the end of the day, is just making progress. Alright, seeing as how we are already past 30 minutes, I'm going to pause here. And I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow morning. I don't know. It's actually kind of amazing how quickly you can cover ground in this game. It feels like I'm going very slow, but no, we're actually going at a pretty good click here. Actually, how fast are we going? .2 knots. I don't know how the heck people figured this out back in the day, but, I mean, hats off to them for figuring this stuff out. People back in these days they were pretty freaking intelligent. Honestly, we would probably be completely baffled by how... If you were to meet someone from back in this day and, you know, work with them for a little while, you'd probably be amazed at how much they actually know. I feel that as a modern society, we've come to rely too much on technology just to do all the heavy lifting for us. You know, look at how dependent the entire world is on the internet, for example. Look at how reliant people are with their phones. You take someone's phone away from them for a while. Yeah, it could be even like as little as an hour. There's a good chance that they'll just go completely crazy. Because we have these phones on our person at all times now, and we've gotten so used to it. Personally, I'm trying to do away with that kind of mindset. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm not going to be on my phone for very long. And to be honest, I'm really not on my phone like hardly ever. The only time I'm really ever on my phone is whenever I'm at work and I'm just like taking a break or whatever. Beyond that, I'm really not. But yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just kind of let the game play by itself for a little while. Man, you can just barely see the lighthouse in the distance. You guys might not be able to, but I can. Just barely. It's back there in the haze somewhere. And, day one of our voyage is about to come to an end. And I'm pretty proud with the progress that we made today. We made some really good progress. Anyway, I'm going to let the sun go down, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, everybody. I haven't checked our coordinates yet. I'm trying to get us back on track. Pump out the water. Very good. Come on, you can do it. I have faith in you. I don't know how much faith, but I do have faith. Come on, you can do it. Be a good little ship and make the turn. Just bring these in and try and see if they'll help. Okay, here we go. We should start making the turn a lot easier now. Excelente. Okay. And we are pretty much facing almost due south here. Just keep the ship turning a little bit. Alright, that should be fine. I'm gonna have the helm kind of locked over in this direction just so... Actually, it should be fine. Not gonna be gone from the helm for very long. So where the devil are we? Latitude 1971. No, that's longitude. My bad. Alright, so in terms of longitude, I'm right here. In terms of latitude, 58... Alright, so I'm basically right here. We're sailing to the southwest, which... I need to be sailing like directly to the south, but I don't have that option right now because of the wind. I say that. Just gonna keep the helm kind of locked over here. That should do it. Alright, there's really not much else to say for right now. We've got our heading. We've got a decent wind. Sun shining bright. So I'll let you guys know if something of interest pops along. Hello? There's another ship over there. A very big ship, actually. That thing is huge. Let's see, It's been a minute since I actually recorded anything for you guys, so I guess I'll give you guys a little update on where I am. As soon as I get the ship back into the wind a bit here. There we go, that should be fine. I'm doing my best to continue heading south, but it's being difficult. Alright, so where the devil are we? We are latitude 56. Alright, so here in terms of latitude and about here in terms of, yeah, basically we are right here. So I can start heading like further to the southwest now. Without it being too much of an issue. While I'm here, I might as well just go ahead and have a drink and get a little snack too. Alright, so yeah, start heading further to the southwest. I think that should be fine. There we go. Now, while I'm doing this, let's go ahead and let you out. I don't think I have quite the right angle to actually use the topsail yet, so we'll just continue relying on the setup we've got right now. And yeah, I'm not really speeding up time here either. I'm pretty much just sailing at a normal pace here. Let's pump everything out. There we go. Alright, I'm going to keep this heading, and I'll see you guys once again whenever something interesting comes along. There's actually quite a bit of traffic out here today. There's this big ship that we saw earlier. Then we've got this small one out here, which is largely just relying on their gaff sail. Interesting. And there's even more ships. Yeah, one that's kind of like mine, and there's one that's just a little bit bigger. There's actually a lot of traffic in this game. I'm kind of surprised. Alright, guys. We are on the final stretch of the voyage. The town is now in sight. Lovely. Of course, getting there might be a bit of another issue. I've come this far just for the wind to start blowing directly in my face. Not quite. Not quite. Let's bring you in. You as well. And you as well. Yeah, no, we still can't use the topsail. Oh well. Destination ahoy. You know, maybe it might be a good idea just to make sure that this is actually the right area. I don't know what else it could possibly be, but 1883, 5406. Yeah, this is definitely it. There's nothing else it could possibly be. And it's only taken me about 3 in-game days to get here, so it's really not that bad. Well, I'll tell you what, since we're kind of towards the end of the journey anyway, let's just go ahead and kind of speed up time here. No point in dragging it out any longer than it needs to be. But the voyage here was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I actually really enjoyed this. The only reason I'm doing this is because we're just like right here at the very end. I've pretty much maintained one-time speed throughout the entire rest of the journey, so I haven't been cheating on my own rules. Don't be thinking that I have. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Okay, and tell you what... We don't actually have to moor here, I've discovered. We can literally just kind of park out here on this pier and just drop anchor. I don't know why there's not mooring anchors on these piers. It's kind of a... Well, there is, like, going up and down it, but, like, at the very end, it'd be very useful to have mooring anchors, like, right here at the very edge of the pier. Yeah, let's go ahead and start stowing away the sails. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That was not what I wanted to do. This is more what I wanted to do. Well, maybe. What if I do that? Just keep dropping said anchor. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's... Oh, that's a bit further away than I thought it was going to be. On that note, I guess... Maybe we can do this instead. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Now stay your happy butt. Oh, look! There's actual ripples! That's really cool! I hadn't noticed that until now. Okay, so where am I going here? I think all these are... That's empty. Empty. Don't mind me, just coming along and bouncing along, looking into your windows. I don't think this is it. I think this is gonna be like a... Wait, no, maybe it is. Here we go. We got 314 money from that also. Okay, so I can actually make a pretty decent amount of money here. Screw it. Why not? Maybe this time what we'll do instead, we won't take a contract. We'll take we'll take a trading commodity. Maybe some meat? Let's take some grain. Everywhere needs grain. Actually, let's take 10. Let's take some meat. And then let's also take some more fish. Yeah, we'll take 10 more fish. Okay, that leaves us a little less than 500 to play around with. Furs? I don't want to buy anything that's too high. Like beer, we can take beer, why not? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And I've got more than enough food to last us for a long time, so I don't need to worry about provisions or anything like that. So, in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue on to our next destination, where the heck that is. I think it's a bit further out to the east. Can't remember the name of the town. Joink. Okay. Yeah, so next episode we'll be coming up to here, to Riga, and then we'll start kind of making our way over to here. We might do this... We might do both of these next episode. Yeah, we can hit boink, 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 and then boink, boink, boink. Well, I don't know. Riga, Lebec, Oslo, Bergen, then probably Amsterdam, then we'll hit up Edinburgh, Dublin, Bristol, and then we'll hit up the French coastline, and then we'll hit up Portugal, Spain, Spain again. This island isn't part of Spain anymore, is it? I think at one point it was part of Spain, but I think it's independent now. Same thing with this island. But yeah, sooner or later we'll find our way into the Mediterranean. I might make the final stop at Naples because, you know, well, it's not Rome though. Rome is like more up here somewhere. Hmm. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel because I will have more on the way. And once again, everybody, thank you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. It really is amazing that we are finally here. And I will see you next time. So until the next video, guys, God bless. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.